Hi everyone, hope everybody's okay. I did promise you that I'd do some demonstrations from home. You're in my kitchen here. If the kids come in, I do apologise. Okay. I've got two blocks. I've got this one here and I've also got this one here. I'm going to do one with bleach and 6% and we're going to do one with 1289 Weller and 12% just to see the difference. They both had some sort of colour on the hair before. Could have been a semi, could have been a permanent colour, who knows, with the blocks from dispensary. But we'll have a go and see what difference we can be made. Okay, I'm going to mix my bleach. I've read the instructions. It's the Mood College Training Bleach and it says you can mix it 2 scoops to 100 mils of developer. Okay, so I'm going to put 2 scoops in. I've got my scales here. I've got my bowl. Okay, so I'm going to weigh it. Alright, so let's weigh 2 scoops. Which is coming at 53, okay. I'm going to put some 6% with that, okay, so it's in 100 mils, so that should bring me to 153 mils altogether. But as we know with bleach, it can be a bit more to your own, your liking, whether you like it thick or whether you like it thin, okay, or somewhere in between. Okay, I've got 250, so I'm going to mix that and see what that comes back like. Okay, before I start, I make sure I have my PPE on, I've got my apron on, obviously I've got my gloves on. I've just mixed the ratio and to me that's pretty thick for my liking, so I'm just going to add a little bit more of the developer. As it's got short hair, the block, I've sectioned it just in half, okay. Normally in a salon, if it's short hair, you wouldn't normally section it because once you start putting the colour on, it will separate it naturally, but obviously we're still training, so I'm going to section it off for you. Again, just needs a little bit more in there. And you'll realise that when you start using bleach, it tends to thicken up itself as you go through, and sometimes you have to add during the process. Okay, so we're going to go ahead with that for now. Just going to find my comb. Okay. Alright. So we're just going to straight down the middle. And trust me to get one of the stands that moves around. Okay, so I shall do my very best. Okay, so I'm going to do a full application, roots, just a section off, and then straight through to the mid-lengths and ends, because the colour is the same all the way through. There aren't any natural roots, so they're not going to go lighter first. And also, just remind you on the bleach, it also says between use 3, 6 or 9 developer. No 12 at all, okay? And like I say, for level 2, you only ever need to use up to 6% when it's a full head scalp. Weller also have a cream bleach, which contains ingredients which is more soothing on the scalp. So if we were to do this in the salon, we more than likely would use the cream bleach if it was a real client. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and do the application, then I'll come back to you and show you the completed look. Okay, just nearly finished the back, just onto the front now. Just going to work through these sections, roots, and then straight through to the mid-lengths and ends. Okay, it's already starting to take the colour. I did have to leave for a couple of minutes to help my daughter do the homework, but we're now back, so it hasn't been very long. Okay, it is quite easy with short hair, I know. A lot of you find it difficult, it's just because you haven't done it enough. It's quick and it's easier when it's shorter hair, especially if you're doing a full head. Yeah, okay. It's just making sure you put plenty on, okay, so you don't have to keep repeating the process. Okay, so we're nearly there now. So once I've finished this, I'll come back to you, okay? Okay, just back again, just completed the full head, okay? Plenty of colour on there. Obviously with a block, it's quite hard to get it near to the hairline, so it is a little bit on the scalp, but whether it'll take or not, I don't know, because it just keeps lifting it off. Just checking the instructions on this one, because obviously all the bleaches are different. And it says leave on for 20 to 50 minutes, okay? So I'm going to leave on for 20 and then we're going to come back and have a look at it, okay? Next we're going to do the same on the next block, but we're going to use 1289, just one second. Sorry, 1289 and 12% Weller. If you remember the high lift blondes, yeah, these are ones where you get the most lift. But again, this block has had colour on, so we're not quite sure what the lift we'll get. We are going to use, it's the high lifts, okay. Sorry if the light's in the way. Let's just see if we can move that out. Okay, not quite. Too much sunlight. Get there. Okay, that's better. So we're going to use the 1289, okay. So remember, if they've got a blue, yeah, at the top, it generally means that they've got some sort of blue in, or if it's got a red one, yeah, tells you it's more goldy. Okay, so you just need to make sure which one. So these all get mixed with 12% when you want the highest lift. Okay, so this is the one we're going to use, and that's the tube we're going to use. Okay, remember it's a ratio of 1 to 2. Okay, 1 of the product and 2 of the developer. Okay, so I'm just going to mix that now and apply. Okay. And then we're going to see what the results are, and we're going to time the other one. Okay, so I'll get cracking and then come back to you in a minute. Okay, just back again, just completed the full head. Okay, plenty of colour on there. Obviously with the block, it's quite hard to get it near to the hairline, so it is a little bit on the scalp, but whether it'll take or not, I don't know, because it just keeps lifting it off. Just checking the instructions on this one, because obviously all the bleaches are different. And it says leave on for 20 to 50 minutes, okay? So I'm going to leave on for 20, and then we're going to come back and have a look at it, okay? Next, we're going to do the same on the next block, but we're going to use 1289. Just 1 second. Sorry, 1289 and 12% Weller. If you remember the high lift blondes, yeah, these are ones where you get the most lift. But again, this block has had colour on, so we're not quite sure what the lift we'll get. We are going to use, it's the high lifts, okay. Sorry if the light's in the way. Let's just see if we can move that out. Okay, not quite. Too much sunlight. Get there. Okay, that's better. So we're going to use the 1289, okay. So remember, if they've got a blue, yeah, at the top, it generally means that they've got some sort of blue in, or if it's got a red one, yeah, tells you it's more goldy. Okay, so you just need to make sure which one. So these all get mixed with 12% when you want the highest lift. Okay, so this is the one we're going to use, and that's the tube we're going to use. Okay, remember it's a ratio of 1 to 2. Okay, 1 of the product and 2 of the developer. Okay, so I'm just going to mix that now and apply. Okay. And then we're going to see what the results are, and we're going to time the other one. Okay, so I'll get cracking and then come back to you in a minute. Just go through and show you how you can apply without the clips. Okay, so just start a section at the front. So again, I'm going to use that as my guide. And again, because it's a full head, we're not just sticking to the roots, so it's not too bad, it's easier. Using the back end of my brush. Just going to part it as I go along. And go down that way. And if you just do it side by side, yeah, section by section, you can still use your straight line without having to put loads of clips in, which can be quite uncomfortable to clients when they've got short hair. Okay, so we're just going to go all the way down the back, just to give us our sections. And then we're going to do the section across the back. And that will give you 4 sections, which you can easily work with then. So you can see we're still going in a straight line. Nice and neat. Okay, so that's gives us our line down there. So we're just going to do the same at the sides now, using the back end of my brush. Yeah, we're just again using them as our guidelines. Still gives us our 4 sections. Straight down to the ear. Again, nice and straight. I just mixed 15 of the product and 30 of the developer, and obviously I can go back and make more as I'm going along. Okay, I'm just going to spin around. I'm going to do exactly the same on this side now, using the back end of your brush. Yeah, straight line. Again, straight into the ear. Okay, I'm just going to mix my tint up again, just to make sure it's nice and fresh. Okay, I'm going to start at the back. So again, I'm going to carry on the same application as I did before, and then I'll come back to you. Okay. Just coming up to the last 2 sections, I've just stopped and mixed some more. I've just mixed 9 of the colour, so I've mixed 18 of the 12 vols. Okay, so we're just going to finish off the front. There should be enough here, fingers crossed. I'll just show you the other block it is taking. We see it's definitely going lighter, and the light's a little bit in the way here. But there is definitely something happening, so we'll see what goes on there. It will be interesting to see the results. I'm going to wash them without toning them or anything, okay, so you can see the true results. Okay, and then I'm going to cut them, and then I'm going to blow dry them as well. Alright, so you're going to see the full result from start to finish. So hopefully it'll just help you upkeep your skills, yeah, with the colouring and the cutting. Okay, so I'll just finish up and then I'll come back. Okay, this one is now finished. Okay, so this is the 1289 with 12%, and we're going to leave that on for approximately 30 minutes. We'll just make sure that we're reading the instructions and that we've got the timings right. So it's going to hopefully lift up to at least 3 levels of lift. Okay. We've mixed it as a ratio of 1 to 2. Okay. And then hopefully it said we can leave it on for special blondes without heat 50 to 60 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to time that. Alright. Just to see if we can get maximum lift. This has been on approximately 20 minutes now, but we're going to leave that on till the maximum lift as well, just to see what we can get. So now you can go and see the difference slightly in 20 minutes time. Okay, then we'll come back when they're both washed off. Okay, see you soon. Hi all, this is the results. Obviously one's dried a little bit more than the other. It has gone lighter. We'll get the shade chart out later and see the difference and see what colour and how many shades lighter it has gone. Obviously I think this one already had highlights in and that's why it's gone lighter. This one looks like it didn't. Okay, it does look quite dark in there, but once it's dry you will see the difference. In the next video I will be cutting and blow drying, and then we will see the result. I'm going to dry one as it is, and we're going to shape it up, so you would just be doing a general light trim for somebody, and I'm going to shape the other one up a little bit shorter. Okay, so you can see the difference. Okay, we'll do that next. Thanks. Okay, so I'm just going to put my styling product on. Yeah, spraying it through, making sure that it's even. Okay. Make sure there's plenty on all the way through. And using your fingers to make sure it's gone through as well. Use your comb as well, just to make sure that you spray it through evenly. Okay. Alright. And we're going to start at the back. Okay, so now we've blow dried. I've put lots of volume in. Okay. Remember the sausage rolls? Yeah, that's what we've done. So it's got lots of volume. It's going to last this client a couple of days, this blow dry. Okay. So we're just going to check over the edges now, just to make sure they're sitting okay. If we look at the front, she's got one side that sits straight, and one side that kicks under. So we might just have to tidy that up a little bit, just to make it look even though it is straight. And any little tiny bits we can just see there's just a little bit of shaping what's going on there. So we're just going to take that off. Excuse me, just with our free hand. Round the back, just make sure that's straight and into the neck, if need be. If you need to do a little bit of scissor over comb, okay, just constantly moving your comb up and out, yeah, just to take a little bit of the thickness off. Yeah, it's on that angle, and just literally going through so you can take it short at the bottom and working its way out to the top. That's your scissor over combs. That's one of your techniques that you need to cover in your assessments. So do it on this side as well. And you're just taking off any little bits that tend to be a little bit longer, which you can't always get your fingers around. Okay, and it just takes the weight out there. I'm going to check this side over. Again, I think there's just a little bit of weight near the ear. I'm just going to shape that round. And I think this side is the one that's slightly longer, but it is curling up. Okay. So she's pretty even. Okay. Now she might want a little bit of more lightness through the front. So if we were going to chip in, or if we were going to do any sort of lightening, we could point cut, yeah, which is literally that way. So we could take some weight out that way, just through the tops. There's various different ways you can do this. You can chip into it this way, taking a little bit of the weight out. Okay. But it doesn't need much at all. Just a little bit around that front. And a little bit maybe around this side. You could also use your tapering scissors, yeah, if the scissors that you've got in your kit if you needed to as well. But like I say, it might not be able to this cup of tea, this blow dry, or this cut, but it's your basics for most of the shorter cuts. Okay. To dress it out, I would tend to use my fingers. Yeah. If they wanted hairspray on, I could put some hairspray on and just going through it. But it is literally as it sits is generally the style that these clients want. Okay. Alright, so I hope you can see that. You can't really see the colour difference, but once we do the other block, you'll be able to see the difference. And it is quite a few shades lighter. And we'll go through the colours once we've dried the other one. Okay, hope that's okay for you. Alright.